Yo, you already know what it is. It's Update Monday! What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is an amazing Update Monday. It's actually been 9 months and 3 weeks of kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass. I gotta say, RA has helped me with a lot of things in my life, but one thing in particular that I was really bad at is being patient. Take, for example, my new series in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! That made a debut last Thursday. It didn't necessarily do as good as I would hope it to be. There's also the live duel series that me and TJ have going on. They're not hitting the numbers that we exactly want, but hey, we gotta have patience, like a doctor. Me and my team are not only patient enough to see this all the way through, turn that L into a W, we're also going to be patient enough to see these particular insane decks do something inside of this meta. That's right, guys. Today I'm going to be talking about some insane Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. These decks are a boy! Completely incredible, under the radar decks that you should be looking at in case you either are getting into the game, maybe bored with the current meta decks, or just wanted to put a little spice in your life. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in so we can start talking about these incredible decks. Now, King Cali's not up, and he's a hard sleeper. But if there's one thing that I had to talk about that is heavily slept on right now, it's Plunder Patrol. Don't say anything to King Cali because he hates pirates, but Plunder Patrol is completely incredible. The reason why Plunder Patrols are so amazing inside of this format is because it can play the Adventure Token engine. Why? Well, have you ever seen a Plunder Patrol normal summon effect? Me neither. Faithful Adventure not only gives you protection for your Plunder Patrol monsters effects and Wandering Griffin Rider, it also can proc the effect of your Plunder Patrol monsters, which is amazing. Imagine discarding a Whitebeard to Plunder Patrol to be able to trigger its effect all while searching a Wandering Griffin Rider. Just be sure to make your Wandering Griffin Rider chain link 2 to that Whitebeard because you will be locked for Plunder Patrols for the rest of the turn. Plunder Patrol has easy access to some of its best extra deck monsters. Plunder Patrol ship Mork not only can banish a monster like Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, meaning that he ain't coming back. If it is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can search a Plunder Patrol spell card or trap card from your deck to your hand, giving you more ammo for the next turn or giving you the spell or trap card you need to further your plays. But if big effect monster negation is what you're going for, well, Plunder Patrol List is also that card. Not only can it negate a monster effect, it searches a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. This is incredible. You can say that this deck can hit it like it can't list. That was good. But just in case you missed your target and you're looking for a Plunder Patrol deck profile, no worries, big dog. I just so happen to have one, so you can go ahead and check it out right there. Plunder Patrol is an amazingly fun deck, really good inside of this format, and if you can't afford the Adventure Token engine, don't worry, dog. I got you in the profile. Kaijus are still incredible. I gotta say, I'm risking my life for you. I could completely get banned from the kingdom just for this heresy, but Plunder Patrol's really good. Ash Blossom V-Pix. Ash Blossom V-Pix. No, not Dogwood. No! But if taking over your current meta game by sea isn't your thing, I guess you could take it over by the sky, as Sky Striker is easily one of the most insane decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's kind of crazy. This is a deck that made its debut in 2019, so 3 years of relevancy rivals some of the greatest decks of all time, and it's for good reason. These military schoolgirls have some of the most busted cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you ever needed a reinforcement of the army plus an upstart goblin in one card that can be added from your graveyard to your hand, well, I mean, Mobilize Engage is exactly that card. But I've talked about the Sky Striker spell card so much, I actually want to talk to you about their interaction in this particular format. Cards like Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor not only allows you to negate your opponent's artifact Scythe, preventing you from being able to spell summon from the extra deck, or your opponent's Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, it can take control of it. And in the situation of Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, they ain't getting this card back because it ain't gonna destroy itself, you linking it off. It feels especially cruel when you're linking off into monsters like Dark the Dark Charmer to special summon it back to the field and it still ain't getting destroyed, boy. Where you going? I gotta say, just that lone interaction there should put Sky Striker in contention, but there's more. Sky Striker's Shark Cannon not only can allow you to banish important cards from your opponent's graveyard, you can even special summon that monster to your side of the field. So if your opponent failed to Scythe Lock you, no worries, you can special summon their own artifact Scythe to your side of the field and trigger its effect, for them not to be able to special summon, using their cards against them. This reminds me when you get in a fight and your mom finally calls you over and you said that he started it and he actually started it, but you finished it. Yeah, Sky Striker is the finisher. And in case you needed just a little bit more icing in the cake, one of the best hand traps in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Artifact Lancia, not only is Sky Strikers pretty much unaffected by, the great thing about it is if you have Sky Striker Mecha Modules multi-roll on your side of the field and you Lancia your opponent, well, those Sky Striker spell cards won't get banished. They'll go to the graveyard for you to set back with your multi-roll. This is ridiculous. Like, why aren't people playing this deck more? Sky Striker is best served cold. An Artifact Engine is amazing inside of this deck. A slow-paced deck that can easily make monsters like Axis Go Talker. If your opponent gets put in the danger zone, I gotta say, Sky Striker is an incredible deck, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. Silence, you fool! Why you have forgot about me? I have to say, I've been the back of the theater, searching for your demise. A strategy that has been so far forgotten about, but is on the forefront of players' minds around April 15th, is easily Despia. Now, Despia can do some huge damage right now, guys. I'm telling you, right now, but gets a lot stronger when the Fallen Albaz structure that comes out. Focusing on the right now, we talked about how Super Polymerization is an incredible card this format. Well, not only can the Despia strategy afford to play Super Polymerization, it also has its own Super Polymerization-like monster in Fallen Albaz. This monster can be summoned off of Incredible Ecclesia during your turn or your opponent's turn, giving you another layer of disruption or another board breaker card so you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! The Despia strategy is quite strange in that regard, as you have more targets for Super Polymerization in this deck than any other deck. All of the fusion monsters that include Fallen Albaz right now are currently prime targets inside of this format, and then of course your Despia monsters need a light or a dark monster to be able to summon. Your monster's looking real good right now, especially we're in a format of light and dark. Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer? Oh, no. Despian Hero Queritus. That's what it was. Another thing to note for the Despia strategy is that the current version that uses Guardian Chimera is probably the best version that uses Guardian Chimera. This deck can not only use Branded in Red to fusion summon Guardian Chimera on your opponent's turn, but most builds also use Polymerization, gaining that additional effect of Guardian Chimera being untargetable. I mean, it's 33 attack, 33 defense, untargetable. You're not gonna lose too many games with those type of stats. Another thing I also wanted to point out is that this deck's biggest weakness has actually been addressed. The aforementioned Incredible Ecclesia allows you to add itself from the graveyard to a hand when a fusion monster is sent to the graveyard, and also Dramaturge and Abliptum allow you to gain effects when fusion summoning. Combine that with Guardian Chimera allowing you to draw cards, Despia's biggest weakness, not having enough resources, becomes one of its biggest strengths inside of this format. I gotta say, if you were playing Despia, then you're probably going for a Divine Comedy in this format, because it is easily your opponent's tragedy. Do I sound like him from the Powerpuff Girls? I think I sound like him from the Powerpuff Girls. I think that's what I'm trying to get through. I think that's what I'm trying to convey, you know, the energy and the acting spirit, but maybe I don't have it. Maybe I'm just not cut out for it. Now, this isn't a play. It's actually one of the best times to be alive, because one of my biggest adversaries when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! And strategies has now maybe became my friend. Previously known as Wetron, Drytron is an incredible strategy inside of this format. A lot of people look at Drytron and see Herald of Ultimateness and sometimes just Herald of Perfection. What if I told you since the banning of Eva, not only does this deck not need it probably didn't need it. It was just an easy way to cheese off wins. At its very core, you would think that Drytron is a ritual deck. I mean, you need to tribute Drytron or ritual monsters to be able to God damn it, you can tribute Drytron monsters, can you? There's actually just as many cards to support Drytron as a ritual deck, just as it is to support it as a link deck. I mean, they're both blue cards. The Drytron strategy doesn't need an all-powerful negate card to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Cyber Angel Ben 10 is still off the forbidden list, even in its limited capacity, allowing you to search free fairy monsters from your deck to your hand. What can go wrong with that? No, Diviner of Herald, I mean, sure, search the... Artifact Lancey and Scythe are both fairy monsters, aren't they? Drytron is just one of the few strategies that can just simply search one of the best cards in the game. Artifact Lancey is starting to be played inside of players' main boards for a reason. Drytrons can just simply search it from their deck to the hand and prevent you from playing it. Also, Artifact Scythe, the card that players have been fearing for a long time. Not only can this strategy search it, I mean, hey, you can even play Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer to destroy it to summon it on your opponent's turn. One of my favorite things about Drytron is the Megalith package, though. Megalith Full not only gets that Ben 10 to your hand, but Megalith Bethor allows you to destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field up to the number of ritual monsters that are in your graveyard. And trust me, you can put quite the bit of ritual monsters in the graveyard. There's also another card that isn't new to Drytron, but is often forgotten. I've been messing around a little bit with the Vendrit package, being able to summon that level 7 Vendrit monster to your side of the field and declare monster effects can not only help you break your opponent's board, but prevent you from being hand trapped. What are hand traps if your opponent can't use them? One thing I do have to put out is that Drytron does give you a ton of options, whether you're running Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer or Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, whether you decide to play a huge Megalith package or you still want to play Herald of Ultimateness, you got options for this particular deck, as it is one of the most versatile decks inside of the format. And the best thing about this particular strategy is as long as they continue to make ritual monsters, well, Drytron will probably be one of the best engines to go alongside it. And that is all that I have for the insane strategies this format. I promise you, if you give them just a little bit of patience, you'll be seeing them pop up here and there, as they are really good strategies inside of this format. But of course, if you want to see more amazing content, not only am I streaming today, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch, you can also check out these videos, as I'll catch you on the next one.